or they want one or two things. Maybe they want a job, they want to get married, they want a child. And they go to spirit mediums and say, spirit medium, tell me, what do you think? What should I do? Help me. I want a child, I want a job. Help me, tell me. Maybe they are palm readers. And they go and say, read my palm and tell me what the future is like. What should I do? This and this, I don't know what to do. They seek advice from spirit media. But the Lord is against it. And no matter how Christians we are, how born again we are, maybe we speak in tongues and the Lord is using us to do miracles, signs and wonders, but we find ourselves going to consult spirit mediums, we cannot enter heaven. And we cannot go with the Lord on the day He comes. The Bible says in 1 Samuel 20:83, meanwhile, Samuel had died and all Israel had mourned for him. He was buried in Ramah, his hometown. And Saul had banned from the land of Israel all mediums and those who consult the spirits of the dead. So Saul knew that spirit mediums and those who consult the spirits of the dead are doing things that are not of God, and he banned them. Magnarosa, he said he did not want to see any spirit medium. He did not want to see anyone that consulted the spirits of the dead. Why? Because it is of the devil. This was when Saul was zealous for God. He did not want anything that was not of God in Israel. And therefore, he banned all those spirit mediums. Why? Because he knew it was of the devil. So he did not want the spirit mediums to operate, so that no one would be able to go to the spirit mediums. When they are not there, you can't go to them. But when they are there, people will sneak out and go to them. But when they are not there, they are banned. No one is a spirit medium, and people know that there's no one is a spirit medium. Then people will have no one to go to. So to avoid, so that for people not to go to and consult spirit mediums, Saul just said, no more spirit mediums in Israel. And that was it. There were no spirit mediums in the land of Israel. Why? Because Saul wanted to address the problems that people were facing, the problems of being unable to enter heaven because of consulting spirit mediums. So to put it to an end, Saul said, no more spirit mediums in Israel. So that the children of God could only consult God and only go to God when they came across problems. They did not have a choice of going to either spirit mediums or going to God. Because the spirit mediums were no longer there. Saul had removed them. Why? Because Saul knew that they were not of God. They were of the devil. Saul wanted to promote what is of God and run away from what is of the devil. Spirit mediums are of the devil. I don't care what sort of spirit medium it is. Whether they are palm readers or they are occultic priests, if altar priests, I don't know what they are called, or you call them Baba or whatever, as long as they consult the spirits of the dead, they are spirit mediums. And they are not of God. And you consulting with them, going to them, will cause you to be unable to enter heaven. The moment you go to them, you are no longer a child of God. You are now a child of the devil. So there's no way you can enter heaven. There's no way you can come from the altar of a spirit medium and expect to go to and enter heaven and go and walk through the door of heaven. It's not possible. The moment you go to consult a spirit medium, not that you are saying you belong to hell. Not that what you are saying is the day you are ready to go to hell, the day you die, you go to hell. Why? Because of consulting spirit mediums. It doesn't matter what you are going to consult the spirit medium is for. At times people go and say, I want this one to die, help me kill this one, this sister, I want her to die so that I can be happy. If she's not dead, I will not be happy. Or you go, I don't know what you do, maybe you use locks, or you take what belongs to them, maybe their money, their job, their business, their finances, their marriages, their relationships, their friends. You take it and you say you have buried it, or you say you have locked it, or you have done whatever. Whatever you do, whether you do it yourself or you go and consult the spirit mediums, all those things, they are not of God. Maybe you've got the altar of those things in your house. I heard that, I know somebody, and I heard that she has got a place called mortuary. of dead things. She takes things that belongs to people, and this woman is in a church. She takes things that belongs to people, and then she has got a mortuary that she calls the mortuary of dead people things. If it is a business that belongs to a person, she'll just take the business of that person and go and put it in that mortuary and say, this one is dead, the business is dead. She'll take the job, the marriage, the relationship, and just take it and live in that mortuary in a house and say, this one is dead, I've buried it, it's in the mortuary. And there's a man as well in that church who buries. If it is a marriage of somebody, you just take the marriage and say, I've buried this one will not get married. If it is a business, you just take the business and say, I've buried this one. They don't go to anyone, they do it themselves in their house. So people don't go to them and consult them as spirit mediums. They don't go and consult anyone as a spirit medium. They do it themselves. But what they are doing is not of God. And when they die, they cannot enter heaven. Why? Because of those things that they are doing. They go to church and they serve in church. They've got posts in church. They are not in church for saving. But when they are in their house, they serve the devil. They do what is demonic. They have those mortuary of dead business and dead marriages and dead finances. They have those things that they used to bury and say, I've buried. I don't know what the man uses to bury businesses and money that belong to people. Maybe he has got a coffin in his house that he say, I've buried this one. I don't know. Or maybe he digs the ground and say, I've buried it. And that's it. That's the end. All those is not of God. That's spirit mediums. The only difference is these ones are just doing it on a small scale. They just do it for themselves. Whereas the other non-spirit mediums, they save others. People go to them and they go and get this and they go and get that. But it's all spirit mediums. As a result of these things, you cannot enter heaven. I don't care that you serve in church and how long you have been serving. I don't care you say you gave your life to Jesus and how long you gave your life to Jesus. I don't care, you might say you are related to this one or connected to this one who is a pastor, a minister, an elder in the church. It doesn't matter. On the day you die, you go to hell straight because of the spirit mediums. Whether you consult the spirit mediums out there or you do it yourself in your house, you know what you do and you even agree. I've even seen a group of people in church who do whatever they do and they even agree and say, let's do it together. Let's do this one to this one. Let's attack. Even when coronavirus started, there was a time a group of people in church wanted to attack one woman and say it was, so they would say it's coronavirus, and they wanted to put a sickness on her to cough, and then people, so that she would die, and the people would think it was coronavirus, but it was not coronavirus. You do things like that, you are just a spirit medium on a small scale. You are practicing spirit, you are practicing spirit medium. Although people don't come to you, you just do it for yourself. You see that one you don't like, you do it for yourself. You see that one you don't like, you do it for yourself. You hear this one has got a business, you do it and you scatter the business yourself. You are a spirit medium. Then on Sunday you go to church and say, oh, I'm this and this in this church. I serve. Oh, it's a waste of time. It come time for offering, you give £1 billion £1,000. Time from tithe, you give £20 million tithe. And you think, heaven come, I'm going. You will not go to heaven. Why? Because of those things that you do that are not of God. Those demonic things that you do. You gather against people, you lie against people, and because of your altars, you expect the demons from your altars to now go and bring to pass those your lies, to support your lies. You know very well that is a lie from the pit of hell. This person never did this, but because you are demonic, because of the altars that you operate from, you lie against them, and you expect the demons from those your altars to now go and function so that the lie will work against the person. I'm sorry, whether the lie will work or not, whether the demons will be released and work against the person and you win, your lies will work and you win or not, it doesn't matter. All I want you to know is on the last day or the day you die, you go to hell. Because of those your demons and those your altars that you do yourself in your house, or the spirit mediums that you consult. It's not of God, it's of the devil. It will take you to hell. Leviticus 17:7 says, the people must no longer be unfaithful to the Lord by offering sacrifices to the